It's Birds, Beers, and BS time. Let's get this shit show going.
Rawr.
Disconnect between the head coach and the GM.
Because
and
nobody
when you
sees
have
Howie's vision.
No, Howie's a freaking moron. And there's a reason why.
Howie, you got a moron.
Are you never gonna let me freaking talk? God damn, bro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AAT Sports Network. We are your co-hosts, as always, Pina, alongside myself, Eagle Jeff Warner, and a lot to dive into in this week's episode of Birds, Beers, and BS. We'll discuss later on the Eagles-Jets preview, as there is a prominent piece of the Eagles offense that could be missing Sunday's game. We'll dive into that a little bit. There's a latest report that came out about Eagles management and about one Jalen Hurts. But first, Peanut, we have to get into this fucking debacle that is the Philadelphia Eagles, they have a giant letdown at Meadowlands Stadium this past Sunday in New Jersey, not even fucking New York, New Jersey, against the shitty New York Giants, losing 13-7, shut out in the first half. We were there in attendance, and it was absolutely fucking disgusting.
It was depressing. It was very sad. it was tough to watch, and it was also tough to be there. But shout out to the New York Giants for fucking us up right in front of our faces too. You should have seen Jeff, man. He was not having a good time. But all in all, yeah, what a fucking shit show, man.
Fucking absolute shit show. And look, you can point all the blame you want. You can nitpick and this and that, but ultimately the blame on Sunday's loss. As much as we talked him up, you have to put a lot of that blame on Jalen Hurts. He just did not look like the same quarterback that we saw over the last month and a half. A guy that was a leader, a guy that basically you saw the progressions and look.
Took a step back, bro.
And it's going to happen, especially with young quarterbacks. You're going to take a step back. But
that was a big step back, though.
A huge step back. And as we talk him up, you especially from a young quarterback, this is the moment in time that you want to see from your young quarterback what he can do.
Yeah.
He was given ample opportunities, not once, but twice, to bring this team back from the dead and have a chance to win this football game and lead you on a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
As you kept on bringing up last year with Carson Wentz, there's a difference between good and great. And as with the causing concern and the causing discussion whether Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback or not, it's another example right here on why he's not ready to be named the guy just yet, in my opinion.
100% agree with you. Was it one of those games where you kind of like, all right, he's not the guy? Did that kind of like creep into your mind, or do you feel like this is just a step back in this progression of becoming the guy? What's your interpretation of what you see right now and where we're heading? Do you think this guy, Jalen Hurts, is the guy?
I don't think he's the guy.
I don't think he's the guy either.
You're changing a fucking different tune. Just a week ago, he's the answer. I feel he's gonna do it.
I know, and you're right. You're right. And I don't think he's the guy yet. You know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't think he's the guy yet. I see. You know what? I see a lot of inconsistency throwing the ball with him. And look, man, let's face it. You're not going to win the game. You're not going to win every game based off of your athletic ability and running the ball. Obviously, because we've seen it happen last week firsthand, and that shit sucks. But there's just times and moments where, like I said, great quarterbacks make those plays. Great quarterbacks find ways to win, and Jalen Hurts is one of those guys. He's great athletically. He's gifted, but there's certain aspects of his game that lack. That I don't think you can teach. I don't think you can coach this guy to do. And I'm sorry, like it's getting to that point where the frustration level is starting to get to that boiling point.
He just looked like a completely different quarterback last week.
Yeah.
14 to 31, 129 yards, no touchdowns to 3 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 17.5.
Ew, that's not good.
And look, Jalen Hurts, he brings that dynamic. He brings that mobility. He brings that threat of utilizing his legs and utilizing him in the running game, which is all fine and dandy.
Right.
But when it comes to a franchise quarterback and a guy that you want to build your team around, you can't have games like this.
No.
And I understand people want to blame Jalen Reagor for having his hands on the ball, not once but twice on both those catches that he should have brought in. And the fact that after the game in his press conference said it's very uncharacteristic of him, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is bullshit.
We've
seen this shit a couple times.
You have Quez Watkins let up on his route, stop his route, and just basically gives up on a play, which led to an interception.
Yep.
Boston Scott had the fumble late in the game that sealed the Giants' fate in winning this game, but it should have never came down to that.
No.
Look, your defense is playing up the par for once this season against an inferior opponent. The defense did their job to give your team enough chance to win this football game. And look, Nick Sirianni isn't completely not to blame in this matter. He made some questionable play calling, made some questionable decisions throughout the game. So look, it was a bad game all around from all phases, from the offense side of the ball and coaching standpoint. But
I mean, look what a guy has to work with, though. I mean,
you can't. I understand what you have to work with, but you have to remember, this was the New York Giants, a team that was 3-7 coming in. They were banged up. They got banged up throughout the game. They were without one of their starting linebackers. They were without one of their starting cornerbacks that got lost in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And they could not exploit. And look, Jalen Hurts, he looked like a young, inexperienced rookie out there last week, making bad decisions with the football. We're going to continue to hear all season long about the missed opportunity of Devontae Smith being wide open on that last play instead of throwing to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and we seen it. We
did.
We were like, he's open. He's open. We seen it. It's different when you're at the game because you can actually see the field and you can see what the guy is missing. Listen, I agree with you 100%, man. I really, really agree with you 100%. Do I feel like it's an all-around shit show? Absolutely, dude. We can't put the onus on just fucking Jalen Hurts. I mean, everyone played poorly that game, except for the defense.
Everyone played poorly, but again, the quarterback position, you win with the team and you die with the team.
Absolutely.
So look,
don't die though, please.
Hurts. You're going to get the credit when you win. You're going to get the blame when you lose. And ultimately, he deserves a lot of the blame in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you had a chance to really steer this organization and steer this team in the right direction. Last week, we were talking playoffs. We're like, look, this team's going to tear. They have a chance to make the postseason.
You were talking playoffs.
You were too a little bit.
I was flirting with it a little bit, but you were talking about a blowout at the.
I did. I did predict a blowout, which I'll eat some crow, gobble it up,
gobble.
Look, they fucking shit the goddamn bed.
Yeah, they
did. That's all you can really say about this.
Yeah, they should.
And it's extremely disappointing as a fan when you have the season by the reins and you sort of control your own destiny. Going to this game, you have the Dallas Cowboys losing to New Orleans Saints on Thanksgiving. So right there, you have another pivotal chance to maybe make the postseason through the division. You could throw that out the fucking window right now.
Yep, that shit is done, son. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Now it's just an uphill battle to see who's gonna be playing next year. At this point, they're gonna just be evaluating players. And I'm telling you, man, like that loss could have killed the season itself right there.
And that's the thing. Look. If the Eagles miss the postseason, say by half a game or one game, we are going to be pointing at this game. Yeah. This was the game that was wrapped in gift wrap for the taking. This was the game that we were supposed to take the reins from destroy them. Yeah. This was our statement game. How the hell are we supposed to expect this team going against the New York shitty Jets this Sunday and expect them to win a football game?
I don't think they're going to win.
Fuck it. Show's over.
We quit. I'm telling you, man, this team, you know what's weird? The dysfunction is starting to show now. You're starting to see, like, teams are starting to, like, game plan for Jalen Hurts. And what teams are starting to realize is he's a one-trick fucking pony. We realize he's a one-trick pony. You would think by the time we play the New York Giants in this week of the NFL football schedule that he would have progressed to the point where not just one read or what throw it. If you're gonna one read it, throw it to the guy that needs to get the ball. Throw it to give just Devontae Smith. The guy's open. Give it to him. Let's see what happens. We obviously seen what happened with Nelson Aguilar. See, this is what's Jalen Reagor. This is the Nelson Aguilar, Jason or whatever. That's what I'm starting to feel. Inconsistent catches, inconsistent play. I mean, what happened to this explosive wide receiver that we were supposed to have? What happened to?
Well, look, he's still explosive, and you can't blame Devontae Smith on the last.
No, not Devontae Smith. I'm talking Reagor.
Okay, you're saying explosive wide receiver. Fuck Jalen Reagor.
No.
Jalen Reagor is never explosive wide receiver in this fucking fucking league.
No. All right, listen, Devontae Smith's a beast, and he wants the ball. So why not just give him the goddamn ball, man? Can I say that on YouTube, GD?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck shit titties. Hey, yo, shout out to Alex, man. Cruz, man. He's a Giants fan. He was there. I met up with him. He's probably happy as fuck right now. Good for you, motherfucker.
But look, it's just you have a bad taste in your mouth that this season is just crumbling before our eyes. We had an opportunity. We were waiting. We thought that this team was turning the corner and they were playing their best football. And look, NFC East matchups, they're always going to be tough battles, regardless of how bad teams are. But I kind of felt that Giants didn't win this game. We played down to our competition, and we lost this game. And as we're leaving that stadium, you would think the New York Giants won the fucking Super Bowl the way that fucking stadium was reacting. Yeah it was a big divisional win, but don't be talking too much shit, Giant fans.
Yeah.
You're still towards the bottom of the dumpster with the rest of the fucking NFC East at this moment.
Yeah, if you're the dumpster fire, you're the Kindle.
And you beat us without one of our hardest running backs.
And Howard was out.
Jordan Howard was out. They fucking benched Miles Sanders, who supposedly aggravated his foot. I call fucking bullshit. I called fucking Sirianni, decided, hey, look, Miles Sanders, he's not getting the fucking job done back there. He's dancing around too much. I need a back that's gonna go back there and just make plays and run forward and hit the holes and hit the tackle. Yep. And you did not see that with Miles Sanders because where the fuck happened to him?
Miles Sanders. Yeah, and then my guy Boston Scott, who I love a lot, shit the fucking can big time. Thanks, Boston Scott, making me look like a fucking genius. Yeah, it was all around fucking shit show. Look, and like I said last week, any game's losable, and we made it fucking easy as fuck for those Giants. We really did. The turnovers, the offense was like basically like inebriated, like
and that whole game, I did not like the flow going throughout that entire game. Even though we were only down by 3 points at halftime, I never felt we were really in the thick of things. I kind of felt the Giants outplayed us that first half, and we couldn't take advantage of the opportunities. Once we turned the football over in key situations, we cannot win football games. One, turn the football over in general, but then turn the football over inside the red zone or within position to score points, and you leave points off the board. That big interception right before halftime was fucking critical.
And not going for the field goal when we needed the point.
Well, that and the mental mistakes. Fucking Jason Kelsey gets hurt. They fucking have Herbig in there, who's a fucking disaster. I think it was Herbig. It was him or someone fucking else.
I think it was
took the goddamn go-ahead touchdown away from Boston Scott on a shitty holding penalty, which I think we ended up kicking a field goal or fucking turning it over anyway.
Yeah, it was not fun being in New Jersey that day. That's for sure. I mean, it was a fun time, like, you know, drinking and eating food and shit. But other than that, the rest of the thing was just like, woo, it was a shit show.
Well, something else that's a shit show, and could be the Eagles front office right now, as there's more reports going to this week's football game about the divide between Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman on quarterback Jalen Hurts. And here's the report. Philadelphia Eagles owner and his general manager don't exactly see eye to eye when it comes to the quarterback Jalen Hurts. The Philadelphia Inquirer reports Lurie is said to still believe in Hurts, but Roseman's assessment is less confident. Two independent sources familiar with what their thinking said. And yeah, that's pretty much what the report's saying, that they're already having conflicts on what the Eagles are going to do at the quarterback position. It looks like Jeffrey Lurie, he likes Jalen Hurts. He feels that they can build around Jalen, but Howie, on the other hand,
maybe that's a good thing. Maybe this is where the split begins. Who fucking knows? Maybe Lurie's like, you know what, Howie? Your quarterback factory hasn't been distributing good products for the past year or so. I kind of like this guy. Look, man, I looked at his numbers. Let's put it this way. If you look at just numbers itself.
Numbers are very misleading. I hate fucking doing that.
I get that.
No offense to my compadre, Johnny. He's the he's the king of comparing numbers. He thinks just because one dude has one number, that the other dude's better than the other number. You still have to look at the eye test. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, he has 1,000 yards rushing already in his career or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
All fine and fucking dandy. But we're not winning football games. We're not seeing progression from him as a passer. As a quarterback, you need Jalen Hurts to be that elite threat. And win the NFL, in my opinion, you need a passing quarterback. Look, Lamar Jackson, probably right now the most comparable thing that's out there right now in the NFL, similar to Jalen Hurts' skill set.
Right.
Have they fucking won anything?
Not yet.
And I don't know if they will. Granted, they have a better team built around Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But still, he can put up all the godly numbers. He can win the NFL MVP. He can win the Offensive Player of the Year. That's all fucking fine and dandy. But we want to win. We want to win football games. We want to win championships. And honestly, this style quarterback, it doesn't get the job done. That's why you consistently see the guys like Tom Brady, like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, guys that have the arm strength and have the it factor when it comes to playing quarterback in the National Football League, continuously taking their teams to the playoffs and legitimately giving their franchises a shot to win a Super Bowl. I do not believe that Jalen Hurts is that type of quarterback that's going to be able to do that to this franchise.
My question to you is, can you fix accuracy? Like if you're a coach and you have a quarterback that's not accurate, can you fix that? Can you fix that situation?
I don't think so.
I think I agree with you. I think some people
look at Donovan all those years.
Worm burner Donovan, yeah. I think and Donovan probably got the closest out of all those quarterbacks to winning the Super Bowl. I do think a running quarterback can win the Super Bowl. The problem is look, these defenses are going to scheme for you now. They're going to make you run left when you want to run right. So if you can't teach accuracy, if accuracy is something that you either have or you don't, this quarterback doesn't have it. We've seen deep balls overthrown. We've seen short balls underthrown. We've seen sporadic throws. Like, accuracy is the biggest thing. And if you have, and maybe he's making the offensive line look good because he could buy himself time. So the offensive line is looking great, but it's making the receivers possibly look worse because the accuracy and the timing just isn't there. So, yeah, if we can't teach accuracy, if it's something that you have to go and find through someone else, then that's what I would do. And I see why Howie probably feels that way. And I think Jeff Lurie thinks in his mind, like, look, we just gave him, we don't have to do anything yet. You know what I'm saying?
And the big key with all of this is how patient can the front office be? Because we kept on hearing all this offseason that this is a revamp, that we're still going out there to try to compete. We're still trying to win football games.
Well, they're not going to say, we're going to go out there and see what happens. Fuck it. This year's a fucking wash. Who's going to say that?
But what I'm saying from this report, that Jeffrey Lurie feels like as an owner that he's willing to be patient with Jalen Hurts. If the report is true, that he is confident and he has the support of Jalen Hurts behind him, meaning Lurie having the confidence behind Hurts and the trust in him. Yeah. As the owner, he ultimately has the final say.
You would think.
And as a fan base, it's one of the look. Eagles fans, they're diehards. We don't like losing. We don't like having off seasons. We don't like having a missed year of not having a chance to win a championship. We finally got that Super Bowl, and we want to continue to savor, and we want more of it. We want more success.
More Super Bowls.
But this is a team that is now almost 4 seasons removed since that championship. Yeah, we made a couple of playoffs, but now this is a completely different atmosphere from what we saw 4 or 5 years ago with this organization.
Absolutely.
We have a new head coach. We don't have we don't have the face of the organization anymore at the quarterback position. We have a lot of holes on the offensive and defense side of football. We have a lot of aging veterans, and it's going to be one of those things.
This is the rebuild, bro.
I understand that, but how long can they deal with this rebuild before there's before the word I'm looking for?
Before
the
bottom falls out.
Basically, before the front office and the fan base implodes, that we had enough of this. We just don't go through that cycle. that I wasn't alive for most of it, but just hearing about it and just looking at those teams,
I was alive
and looking at those seasons, we don't want the fucking 90s again. We don't want a couple good years here and there and just plummet off for fucking a decade until we get a franchise quarterback, a owner that knows what the hell he's finally doing, and a head coach that can fucking lead a football team.
Well, newsflash, we really haven't technically had a franchise quarterback since Donovan McNabb.
Well, I would still consider Carson. Just because they were anointed the franchise quarterback,
right? But because you're anointed the franchise quarterback, that's
all that matters.
Okay, all right. I guess in Jeffrey world.
Well, no. What I'm getting at is over the last 20-something years,
right?
Besides those two, we really never had a franchise quarterback really anointed as a quarterback anointed as the franchise, because we always had these guys playing for those jobs.
Yeah.
Because they weren't good enough. At least Donovan and Carson, the reason they were anointed.
Michael Vick was good enough.
Well, no, he was only good enough because he got that, or he was anointed the franchise because he got that big contract. Right. But after he got the contract, he fucking flamed out.
Yeah, he did.
And it took him over a year. Remember that 09 season?
I remember.
They brought him in here. He was basically used as a decoy. They trade Donovan. Cobb's the guy, and then Cobb fucking gets hurt.
Out. Cobb was supposed to be the
exactly.
Yeah,
they drafted him in the second round too.
And
similar situation.
Was like the prodigal son has returned.
And then you have Foles in there and all this crap.
Deshaun Jackson was killing.
Basically, what I'm saying is, the Eagles really don't. They have never really. Besides those two, we haven't had a franchise quarterback or really anointed someone the franchise quarterback. We might say Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback of this organization, but we have ultimately not heard from the organization or from Nick Sirianni that he is the franchise guy. So as much as
he's not.
Exactly. That's the whole fucking point. So why is a fucking
What I'm saying is, why do they have to anoint him franchise quarterback this year?
Because you need to know the direction. You need to know what you have going forward.
You don't have to do anything yet, man. He's under contract for with the rookie.
2 more years.
Right. So you got 2 years to figure this shit out.
I'm not fucking waiting 2 more goddamn years.
You're going to have to wait.
No, I'm not. I am fucking not. And if Jeffrey Lurie thinks he's going to wait 2 fucking years and for us to be a fucking mediocre football team, he has a fucking other thing coming from this fan base.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that anger, that resentment us Philadelphia fans have, but none of us could just take a step back and look at it for what it really is and where we're really at.
Because do we really?
Mind you, a franchise quarterback is not going to
fuck you.
A franchise quarterback is not going to fix the team. There's so many fucking holes on this team.
That is something that's one piece of the puzzle that you absolutely need to win a championship in today's NFL.
How about
you need a franchise quarterback. You have 3 first-round picks next year to fucking build that team. Give me a goddamn quarterback to build this team around.
Who are you going to draft?
No one in the draft. Give me someone else.
Russell Wilson, please come to Philly. He just had an operation, too. I'm sure he blew like 4 stitches on that last one.
Fuck Russell Wilson.
What?
Dude, you see how bad he's playing?
Man, I'll take Russell
Ever
Wilson
since that little pinky injury he fucking had, finger injury, where the fuck he had, he is fucking plummeting, which is good for the Eagles because his trade value right now is in the goddamn shitter.
So why not just use the 3rd round, get Russell, fix your fucking problems? I'm telling you, I'll take Russell in the heart. I think what's happening over there, and not to get off topic, what's happening over there is he's disenfranchised. Him, Pete Carroll, that whole thing is just a fucking debacle at this point. I think he needs a fresh start. And Russell, if I'm the one that brings you here, please, all I ask is buy me a motorcycle. That's all, because that's what I want for Christmas. Fucking Jeffrey, you all right, man? He's taking painkillers and shit. He's fucking. He actually, you kind of scared me with that last one. I thought you were gonna slap me, son. That's fucked up.
But basically, what I was getting at, look, We need to know what direction we're going in, and right now, Jalen, we need to know sooner rather than later. And as a fan base,
why would you want to pull the
and
trigger
as this organization, unless you can show me in the first comparable a season worth of games,
right?
Which this week he will be starting or playing. I can't remember what in his 17th game. I think playing. What has he really shown you that he can be the guy? And what I'm basically getting at is, I do not want to go through this continuous cycle of trying to find quarterbacks, wasting the prime of the players that we do have, that have this team built around, just to try to find a fucking quarterback, or just to admit that the quarterback we have isn't the answer. Right. I want a franchise fucking quarterback. If it's okay, not next year, fine. If Hurts does not fucking ball out and we don't have a deep playoff run at least by next year, get his fucking ass out of here and get me someone that fucking can. Because the fact that we lose to the fucking Giants and we lose to the goddamn shitty New York Jets this Sunday with Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco, get him the fuck out of town.
Maybe we can get Flacco back. Who knows?
Moving the fuck on. Let's get to fucking Sunday's debacle. That is the New York Jets versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. As Philadelphia travels back to shitty New Jersey to go play at the crappy Meadowlands Stadium against the New York Jets. And once again, they will be without one of their pivotal pieces on the offensive side of football, as it was announced on Friday by Nick Sirianni that running back Jordan Howard is ruled out for Sunday's matchup. And also two very big important pieces on the Eagles offense. Also questionable, quarterback Jalen Hurts and running back Boston Scott. So this coming Sunday, Peanut might get his fucking wish, and you might see Minshew mania. The fact that Jalen Hurts was limited both Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is not a very good sign. From what I read on reports, quarterbacks that have been limited on the Thursday practice, because that's a very pivotal day when it comes to game planning for the upcoming week, if they're limited practice and not getting a lot of the reps in practice, I think 65 to 70% of the time they do not play.
They're out. It's Minshew mania. Let's see what let's just see what we got. Nothing wrong with kicking the tires. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he goes in there, he stinks up the joint. But the problem, the thing that might
watch my fucking chair. You're gonna break my goddamn chair.
Fuck, your chair's not gonna break.
You're fucking pulling it all the way up. I felt the whole goddamn thing move.
It was built poorly. It was built poorly.
Yeah, you're the one that fucking screwed it in. You and Drew.
Yo, shout out Drew. Apparently, everyone's fucking dropping the ball in Jeffrey's life, including myself. Listen, I think adding Minshew or starting Minshew this game just to see what we got, because we don't know what we have right now. And if he lights it up, though, it's going to be a problem, especially versus a fucking bad Jets team. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he goes out there and looks like Dookie. Who knows?
It also now with Jack Driscoll also going on injury reserve with a season-ending ankle injury last week. It is reported that Nate Herbig is expected to start at right guard.
The guy that you called a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he's a fucking bum. So, look, everything is just going fucking down this goddamn shitter for this organization and this team right now. You lose to the crappy New York Giants, your division rival, in a must-win game to put you on the path to the playoffs. Now you go up against another inferior opponent that looks to be a freaking trap game, and everyone's all been honest is like, they can't lose to the New York Jets. They can't lose back-to-back weeks to bad football teams. And now you might be without your starting quarterback. You might be without one of your top running backs on this team. You're definitely without one of your right guards. You're without possibly another one of your backup running backs. So you lack of depth there at that position.
Yeah, who is on the running back rotation at that point?
It's going to be fucking Miles and Gainwell.
Hopefully Gainwell maybe this is Gainwell's chance, man. Look, we have to look at this year. This is an audition year. That's what we have to see it as, because at this point, there's no way. Look, I don't see us hitting the playoffs. Let's just see what we got and let these young guys ball out for a little bit.
No.
He said, no. You want results too quick. You know what I'm saying? You're the kind of guy that plants a seed and, oh, shit, I'm doing the seed thing now. Nick Sirianni, you fucking seeded me. You inceptioned me. You plant the seed, you wait for it, you watch it grow. You want the seed, you want the fucking beanstalk and shit, dude.
I don't want the beanstalk, but I want results enough where I'm not losing the teams I am clearly better than and laying a goddamn egg.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. I see.
And look, in this weekend's game, Robert Saleh, look, he they might be 3-8 because of the competition or because of the teams that they have or the players that they have on this team. But remember, they beat the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. They played well against some other football teams too. So
I'm not hearing a lot of confidence from you.
I'm not as confident as I was last week, as much as they, especially after they laid that egg. Look, they're not the greatest team offensively or defensively. They are 27th in points offensively and 21st in yards in the league. Turnovers, they're the most turnover team in the National Football League with 24 turnovers this season.
So big play Slate might have a big game.
Yeah, he could, but trying to get some of these stats up. I don't know much about the fucking shitty Jets, but
who cares about the Jets? They suck. But
look,
they're better than us.
Look, they're another team that's trying to find their identity a little bit, and they're in that rebuild and that transition, especially with Zach Wilson at quarterback. He's another young guy that there's not a lot of tape on.
Not a lot of talent around the young guys, too.
Well, they're completely banged up. Look, yeah. Corey Davis, the wide receiver, that was a former first-round pick that they traded for from the Tennessee Titans, is questionable for Sunday's game. That was fucking disgusting.
Smells better.
Yeah, he has a groin injury. Morgan Moses, the offensive tackle, he's questionable with the knee injury. So they're a little bit banged up on the offensive side of the ball, but look, Joe Flacco looked like he's going to be entering the game if Zach Wilson gets injured or benched.
Right.
So look, our former quarterback. Once again, on paper, this is a team and a matchup that is very favorable in the Eagles' eyes. This is a team that we should exploit offensively and go up and down the field on them and score lots of points. And this is on the other side of the ball, this is a defense that you expect a lot of success from. But we said the same thing last week. We expected with the Giants with a banged up offensive line.
Facts.
The fact that they couldn't. They were a team that couldn't protect Daniel Jones. They couldn't open holes in the run game. But last week, defense, they weren't the reason to blame, but they did give up some pivotal points.
They gave up 13 points.
Well, no points. I'm saying different parts of like key situations in the game that they left. There was a couple of big third downs that you needed the much.
But they held the Giants at 13 points. You can't blame the defense.
I'm not blaming them for the loss, but I'm blaming them for certain situations where I felt they could have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
But look, they still can get it. They still didn't get after the quarterback. I think they got one lonely sack.
I agree with you on that.
So I want to see more consistent pressure I want us hitting home a lot more. And the fact that we saw, once again, Gannon bringing different type of blitz packages and trying to attack the young quarterback, we are playing too soft. And it's the coaching, execution. It's fucking everything. The fact that we still allow, I think, 75 to 80% of fucking passes completed, mostly to the running back. I think we give up the most receptions to running backs in the NFL.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be possibly a big day for the Jets running back core, especially in the screen game, the short passing game. You're seeing us get exploited too much in that matter, especially with teams that have a lot of speed coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
So once like you said before, there's ways to beat us, and now it's out there, and teams are finding ways to beat us offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of execution and not having bonehead mistakes.
Yeah, 100% right. Yeah, no turnovers, no mistakes, no penalties. Look, we kill ourselves with that. And that comes from being a bad team. I hate to say it like that, but that's what bad teams do.
And Michael Carter, obviously, he's one of the up-and-coming running backs in the league. I'm not saying he's an elite running back like Jonathan Taylor, but he's definitely one of those dual threats with already 32 receptions this season for 308 yards, no touchdowns, but he's that dual threat out of the backfield that can really make some plays and beat you with his legs, beat you with his catching the ball, running the ball, whatever he needs to do, and
with his hands.
He gives the Jets that that security blanket for Zach Wilson, a young quarterback that he can rely on, and he can be that workhorse.
Maybe that's the problem, though, that he's going right to a security blanket. That's why his numbers are a little inflated. I'm not saying he's not, but you know what I'm saying. But look, man, any game, like I said last week, any game is losable. Anytime these are all NFL caliber players. They're in the NFL for a reason. If you lack on them, they're gonna fucking smack you. And that's exactly what happened last week. We got a full frontal smackage. And you know what? Deservingly so. Our team played like shit. Our coach coached like shit.
And then somehow our fucking kicker does win NFC or NFC Special Team Player of the Month. So congratulations to Jake Elliott for winning.
It's never a good thing when the kicker wins that shit, though.
Well, he was,
you know what I'm saying?
He was 18 of 18 from extra points. I think he was like 12 from 12 from field goals. So
yeah. No,
definitely a rebound season for Jake Elliott and one of the small bright points in this season. So as we get out here on Birds, Beers, and BS, I want Peanut, your final thoughts on Sunday's game and your prediction for the Eagles-Jets matchup.
Prediction, we win the game. We will win this game. Trust me, we'll win this game. It's not going to be fucking pretty. I think we're going to slug it out. I think Gardner Minshew will start. I got us going 21-14. Honest to God, 21-14. Look, I was close. Last week I said 14-7, except it was reversed. It was 13. They won, we lost. But I think we win this game. I think we win it by a touchdown. I think defense comes up big on this one. We win this game, and then we go into the bye week not knowing what the fuck's going on with this team anymore. What do you think is going to happen?
Look, we need a bounce back game. This is a game. When you look at teams in the NFL, you look at matchups and you look at teams that you're definitely better than, and yeah, you're gonna have letdowns every now and then, but this is a team that you should absolutely destroy.
Yeah.
If it's anything less than a touchdown victory, this game is a giant fucking disappointment if we win this less than a touchdown.
Yeah, but there's a lot of injuries, and come on, man. You got to give some slack, bro.
No, I'm not giving any fucking slack. I saw what this team was able to do over the last month and a half against some of the better competition in the NFL. And I'm tired of us fucking playing down to inferior competition and having a fucking letdown game back-to-back weeks against fucking New York. Fuck no. Not happening, bro.
What's your prediction?
Look, Jalen Hurts, if he plays, that's gonna be the X factor. Because no offense to your boy Gardner Minshew, I just don't know if he has the reps or the chemistry with Devontae and with the rest of this receiving core and with this offense to run it efficiently. And if we have to rely on the run game without Jordan Howard, without Boston Scott, we're gonna get shut down. So, but if Jalen Hurts plays, Eagles win by double digits. I'll say 24-14. If he doesn't win, we still should beat the fucking Jets with Gardner Minshew. I don't fucking care what anyone says. If we still should beat the New York Jets. If Gardner Minshew plays, I have them winning by a field goal then.
Okay. All right. Yeah, kind of like what I said, like a close game type shit.
So, look, we better be fucking talking about an Eagles victory next Sunday. Again, thank you to everyone for tuning in to Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AAT Sports Network. This is Peanut, myself, Eagle Jeff Warner.
Yo,
and
Party Dog Dave in the back, too. Don't forget him.
Fuck Party Dog Dave.
Party Dog Dave, son. Party Dog Dave.
Yeah, make sure you're following, liking, subscribing all our social media platforms at the AAT Sports Network. Please. Make sure to check out our website, aatsportsnetwork.com. There is an exclusive offer, weekly exclusive offer from our friends at SGG Promotions to help you win some money.
I like money.
So make sure to check out our website. It is at the top of the website in the banner. I click that for those details. Also like to thank Manscaped for 20% off and free shipping at checkout. Manscaped.com. Use code AATBirds. And then also like to thank our friends Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown. You give them a call, 610-395-2300 or vinnyspizzapa.com. But hopefully we talk it back next week, talking about an Eagles victory. If not, we'll be fucking very, very angry, and it's not going to be a good show.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show.
But again, make sure you're following our YouTube channel for our show's content as well as all our content on the AT Sports Network. So thank you again for everyone tuning in. We'll be back next week from Peanut, myself, Eagle Jeff Warner. As we say to end every single Birds, Beers, and BS show, drink them if you got them.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The season of giving is upon us, and Manscaped is getting into the holiday spirit. Go to manscaped.com and use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping on all your holiday gifties. To help get you into the spirit, we rewrote some of your favorite holiday songs to remind you of all their great products. Shave your balls with gifts from Manscaped. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be smoother. Fa la 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 la. Buy some gifts today from manscaped.com. 2 free gifts for you from manscaped.com. Grooming around your Christmas tree with the Lawnmower 4.0. Your jingle balls need some fresh grooming, and it's the only way to go. Smoother balls. Smoother balls. Use Manscaped Crop Exfoliator. Grandpa needs to trim his ears and nose hairs, 'cause he can't hear or smell us anymore. You can say he could just use a razor, but the Weed Whacker 2 is the way to go. For the Jewish friends in your life, Manscaped, 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 shave your balls today, and when they're dry and ready, a smooth menorah you can play. I got Manscaped's brand new body wash. Used it on my mistletoe last night. Also used the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner just for fun. I washed and scrubbed everywhere, now the smell's improved a ton. Put in your order at manscaped.com today and have a great gift to give this holiday season. Use the code AATBirds at checkout for 20% and free shipping. That's AATBirds at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Have a holly jolly ball a day this winter with Manscaped.